NBC.
Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live 10 at 10.
He was born, and it is true what they say is immediate love. I love him. I love him so much.
A bond that can truly never be broken. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Krista Bain. An emotional journey for two Fargo parents who will never get to see their son grow up. A child lost to a genetic disease the family had never even heard of. Valley News Team's Macy Anger introduces us to the Thomases.
He had a big smile there and his Ninja Turtles.
Pages and pages of photos. All of the Thomases' first little one, a baby boy.
He was born January 2nd of this year at 5:16 p.m.
with not enough time.
And he passed away on April 11th at 3:14.
Sean and Alexandra got married 2 years ago, excited to start a family.
We tried for almost a year, and the day before we were going to go to the doctor to see what was going on because it was taking so long, I found out I was pregnant.
Sean Paul Thomas Jr.
So we called him SJ.
Came into the world to two ecstatic parents.
They threw us
but they quickly realized something wasn't right.
He wasn't lifting his head, he wasn't lifting his arms. Well, being a new mom, I wasn't sure if that was just because he was slower developing and maybe he would catch up later, or what was happening.
The new family went to the doctor, where they learned their 2-month-old baby had spinal muscular atrophy 1, the worst form of a genetic disease that causes a child's muscles to weaken and make it hard to breathe.
Before a confirmation of it,
right,
we had looked into it a little bit just so we had an idea of what we were dealing with, and it wasn't promising.
No. It was scary.
It was horrible.
SJ stayed in the hospital for a month before the family decided to take him home to say goodbye.
He had just started smiling at you right before we got to the hospital. So we didn't get to experience it as much without all the tubes and stuff, but his smile didn't matter. You could definitely see it in his eyes. He could light up a room, that's for sure. He was wonderful.
Yeah, he was. Most definitely.
The Thomases say their son opened their eyes to this disease and now hope to reach out to other parents in this struggle, even help find a cure. Macy Anger, Valley News Live.
The Thomases will be holding a benefit to help other families dealing with this disease. All the information on how to help can be found on valleynewslive.com by clicking on this story. An investigation is underway after residents were tied up and held at gunpoint in a Monoman County home invasion last night. Police responded to a call around 11:30 about multiple suspects entering the home. One arrest was made, but the Monoman County Sheriff's Office is not releasing any more information while the investigation continues. Drivers merging onto the interstate collided earlier this afternoon, slowing up traffic. It happened along I-29 and 13th Avenue in Fargo. Both drivers were merging onto the interstate and didn't look to see if the road was clear. 3 people were injured. 2 were taken to the hospital. A baby was in one of the cars but was not hurt. Grand Forks police are asking people to use extra caution after a black bear was spotted roaming through town. The bear was last seen at 1:30 in the morning between 24th Avenue South and 28th Avenue South between Clover Drive and Belmont Road. Grand Forks police say this isn't a common occurrence for a black bear to go inside city limits. Police shot and killed another black bear, though, last November. That was found in town. A controversial trial that stirred up a lot of emotions continues tomorrow. Former North Dakota Teacher of the Year Aaron Knodel is accused of having sexual relations with a 17-year-old student in 2009. He's pleaded not guilty. Tomorrow, the trial moves into its 5th day. And Valley News Team's Christina Craig has a full recap of what's happened so far.
When she heard Aaron Knodel had gotten an award for being Teacher of the Year, that it did bother her, because The people who both supported him getting it and those who were finding out in the media that he received the award, she felt didn't really know the whole picture, as you can imagine. But she still didn't tell about her secret.
It's the defense's opening argument, and it's a secret that's brought tears into the courtroom.
You folks have children?
Yes, we have 3 children.
Okay.
Marie Knodel, Aaron's wife, broke down when being questioned about the allegations against her husband in day 4 of the trial. Aaron denies all sexual allegations.
I have been a very dedicated teacher, to the detriment of my family sometimes. They've made some sacrifices for me because I put in a lot of time. And my wife always told me, she said, you don't live to work, you work to live.
In the defense's turn, 13 former students and teachers took the stand backing Aaron, saying how some of the claims against him would not be possible. However, the prosecution and a criminal intelligence analyst presented a phone log, nearly 100 phone calls made between the West Fargo teacher's cell phone and the student's cell phone over a 3-month period. Knodel admits to speaking on the phone often with the alleged victim during her senior year of high school. She testified speaking against Knodel, saying the first sexual act was done at Knodel's house while his wife was away.
I tried to unbutton his pants, and he said no, and I asked why, and he said he wanted to wait until I was 18. So then after that, we stopped. I felt hurt. I felt like I had done something wrong. So I remember we just laid there.
Knodel's wife, Marie, testified that she doesn't go out of town for work and didn't in 2009. We'll hear more from her on Monday. I'm Christina Craig, Valley News Live.
More witnesses are expected to testify tomorrow, and we will have a team in court. You can watch for that coverage and past stories on valleynewslive.com. Just click on Aaron Knodel Trial under the News tab. And you can also follow updates during the trial on our Facebook page. Just search Valley News Live, like our page, and you'll stay informed throughout the whole day. Efforts to stop the spread of the avian flu are amping up in Minnesota. The National Guard has been called in to help euthanize birds as part of the effort to stem the spread of avian flu in Minnesota. State officials announced Sunday that 30 soldiers and 15 military trucks are being used in a mission to transport large amounts of water needed to create the foam used to kill the birds. They're slated to set out tomorrow and work through Wednesday. Did you notice a long line of music fans in downtown Fargo this morning? Hundreds waited, some since 2 this morning, before even finding out if Jack White would be playing at the Fargo Theater. And they were not disappointed. The former White Stripes singer made his final surprise stop in Fargo, playing in 5 states he has never performed in. And this is believed to be one of his last shows for a long time. The line wrapped around the block. Event planners stopped counting people in line after hitting 800, knowing they wouldn't make it in. Around 700 tickets were sold for only $3. Fire crews in Polk County were spread thin, fighting 2 big fires this afternoon. One of them destroyed a couple of buildings on a farmstead north of Crookston. The other burned around 300 acres. Valley News Team's Neil Carlson was on the scene and shows us what happened.
Roll call, report to the station.
Fire crews got their first call at 4:30 Sunday afternoon. They were called to this farmstead near Euclid, 12 miles northeast of Crookston. A small fire quickly got out of control in tinder-dry brush and grass, destroying an old wooden shop and Quonset building.
Scott Matheson says he was just burning up a small brush pile back there when it got away from him.
Old barn, Quonset over there. Property in them, or no? There's nothing in them. Lawnmowers.
Then more crews were called to this wildfire 6 miles east of Crookston. It burned around half a section of field, but this one didn't damage any structures. Fire officials say they received 2 reports that a passing train may have caused this fire. Sometimes their wheel bearings go bad and cause a wheel to lock up, which causes a shower of sparks. By 6:30 p.m., crews had both fires wrapped up. In Polk County, Neil Carlson, Valley News Live.
Burning bans have been lifted in some areas, but fire officials caution that it's still very dry in many areas and everyone needs to be extremely cautious with fires.